What's up, guys? Kate Wilson here to bring you my review and my thoughts on WWE's pay-per-view WrestleMania 29. I have to say I was surprised that the 8-person tag team match, Tons of Funk and Funk the Dactyls versus Team Road Scholars and the Bella Twins was canceled. I heard it was because of time, and I really was surprised that if that is the case, that it was because time was winding down. They had to cut this match because I mean, to me, there wasn't really that many matches on the card to begin with. So, I mean, to squeeze in that match, you know, they could have gotten rid of the P. Diddy concert because, honestly, I forgot that he was even supposed to perform. And, you know, WWE needs to realize that fans don't really care about these, you know, performances or these small concerts. You know, like, I remember back in SummerSlam when they did the TLO Green concert thing, that no one's really into that. And that didn't really get that much attention from the crowd. You know, the crowd was just listening to it. So I think that in the future, WWE they need to stop that and use that time to add in matches or whatever segments. But yeah, a little bit disappointing that Damian Sandow didn't get a debut on WrestleMania, his WrestleMania debut, and to see Cody Rhodes. But still, overall, I have to say this pay-per-view was okay. Going through the matches now. First match was the pre-show, was the Intercontinental Championship match between the IC champion Wade Barrett versus The Miz. Really surprised it was a pre-show match, and isn't it kind of weird that The Miz, like on WrestleMania 27, he was main eventing WrestleMania, and now he's on a pre-show of WrestleMania. I find that really weird, how things turn out. But anyways, this match was a pretty solid match, and The Miz won, as I kind of predicted that he would win. And it makes sense why he would win, because honestly, Wade Barrett has really done nothing as Intercontinental Champion, which is a shame. And, WWE, they really need to give these, mid-card titles more attention and more feud time, because it just seems like whoever has the title is just holding it until, like, another person wins it for a brief time. But yeah, it was a good win for The Miz. The win became the new IC champion. Good for him. Next, we have the 6-man tag team match between Sheamus, Randy Orton, and the Big Show versus The Shield. I thought this match was alright, and The Shield, especially Dean Ambrose, he was being good in character. I saw, acting crazy, whatnot. That's his thing. And the Shield would win. They won their match, and once again, WWE's, they're doing a great job with The Shield. They keep winning matches on pay-per-view, making this group feel like a legitimate threat. Their winning streak is still up. A good win at WrestleMania, and at the end though, Randy Orton didn't turn heel, just as a lot of people were thinking that he might. And Big Show actually just knocked out Sheamus and Randy Orton, and yeah, I guess Big Show's back to being heel again. I really hope in the future though that they turn Randy Orton into a face, because he works so much better. I mean, they turned him into a heel because he works so much better as a heel. It's natural. You see his face. It's kind of like you see how it's like scripted, but when he was heel, it's natural. Like especially also with The Miz too. So maybe WWE needs to think about that. Maybe turning Randy Orton back into a heel in the future. But the match itself was also okay match, and it was good that the Shield won. Next, we had the match between Ryback versus Mark Henry. This was actually a surprise. In the end of this match, for two big guys, it was a decent match, and Mark Henry actually won. I was really surprised that he actually won, because you would expect Ryback, for Mark Henry to lose to Ryback, of course. Ryback being the younger guy, pushing Ryback on for the future. But no, Mark Henry wins, and I think this might be one of his first WrestleMania wins, one-on-one matches. So I guess good for Mark Henry. But in the end, though, Ryback did the shell shock on Mark Henry at the end to make him look strong and even though he lost the match. Which was impressive that he was able to do the shell shock, because a lot of people, including myself, were wondering if he was going to botch it. But he was able to do it, which was a good showing of strength. But man, I gotta say, Ryback has been just losing pay-per-view after pay-per-view matches now. I mean, ever since Hell in the Cell, he's been losing consistently in pay-per-views. They might want to fix that, going on, because when I hear rumors that they want Ryback to feud for the WWE title. But yeah, so Mark Henry won. That was a surprise, but I'm not really mad about it. You know, I'm a Mark Henry fan, so he won. He won. Next, we have the WWE Tag Team Championship match between the tag champions Team Hell No versus Dolph Ziggler and Big E Langston, and this was the in-ring debut of Big E. And I like how what WWE did by making Big E look like a legitimate threat, and how Kane and Daniel Bryan were trying to take him out, so that they can focus on Dolph Ziggler and getting the pin. This was a good tag team match, I thought, and Big E did a good job just to show off what he can do. But Kane and Team Hell No did retain the tag titles, and now I'm wondering with Team Hell No, who's gonna actually defeat them, because they've been champions for like over 6 months now, and they've gone through like every tag team there is. So I mean, I don't know if they're gonna bring in a new tag team or they have a rematch with Dolph and Big E and they win. I don't know, but they've been champions for a long time now. I think it's coming down to the point where they need to lose the belts and Daniel Bryan to go solo. But I did enjoy this tag team match. It was good. That's all I really have to say with that. Next, we had the match between Chris Jericho and Fandango. His in-ring debut, and honestly, this match worked out good. Chris Jericho being that veteran, being much owning most of the match, and then Fandango was getting in a few moves, and the ending was a little botchy, but Fandango did get over. He got the 1, 2, 3 quick roll up pin, and he won on his debut on WrestleMania against Chris Jericho. Because I have to say, for him to fight Chris Jericho at WrestleMania, that to me that means a lot. For instance, with Chris Jericho being a 9-time IC champion, the first ever undisputed champion. For him to get a match like that on his debut, WWE must really think that he's going to go somewhere in the future. So we'll possibly see more Fandango in the future. Maybe later on he'll feud for the Miz for the IC title. Because for him to defeat Chris Jericho on WrestleMania, that means something. So yeah, it was a good solid win for Fandango. Hopefully we see what he can do in the future. So next match we had was let's see. The PPV Concert. Like I said, I didn't care. I'm pretty sure you guys didn't care much about that match. But next was the World Heavyweight Title match between Jack Swagger and Alberto Del Rio. And personally, I was looking forward to this match. And I have to say, the match itself was alright, but the ending to me, it just seemed normal. Like the ending of Alberto Del Rio making Jack Swagger tap out, and especially since it's the first time these two have ever faced each other, and I felt that like Jeff Coulter didn't really do anything, and so does Ricardo Rodriguez. Since they're managers, they should act more. Jeff Coulter could have helped Jack Swagger out, but to me, I kind of felt like this match could have been a lot better. Yeah, it could have been better, and I was actually surprised that Dolph Ziggler didn't cash in, and I think a lot of people was expecting that and wanted that to happen, because the ending, it was just normal, and you don't really want normal for WrestleMania, and the biggest pay-per-view for WWE. But more than likely, but I was thinking that Jack Swagger wasn't gonna win because the whole thing with the marijuana charge, and sooner or later he was gonna get punished, so maybe that's why he didn't win the title. But then again, we have Extreme Rules, so he could win it there, or they move on to something else with the Del Rio. But yeah, the match itself was alright. Two submission styles. The Patriot versus the Cross Arm Breaker. I guess it was a good win for Del Rio too, since he is the world champion at WrestleMania. It is what it is. Next, we had the CM Punk versus the Undertaker. This was a good match. Undertaker did very good, considering his age and everything. He's still good at WrestleMania. Pulls off good matches. Guess CM Punk did a good job acting as a heel. But I felt that this match could have had a lot more time than it did. But in the end, Undertaker defeated CM Punk, and now Undertaker is 21-0 at WrestleMania, and yeah, 21-0. I think it's either they're gonna leave at 21-0, or I don't know what they're gonna do next year. But this match was a very good match. You kind of really told the story. Using the urn, and CM Punk acting as a heel, getting crowd support. But I think that's one of the problems with CM Punk, and that I really do believe that WWE really needs to consider turning him into a face, because no matter what CM Punk does, and WWE has to resort to so much just to give him heel heat, such as making fun of Jerry Lawler's heart attack and making fun of the expense of the death of Paul Bearer. That they have to do so much to give him heel heat, yet the fans will still cheer for the guy. And I think that's a huge problem if you're a heel. So I really think they need to consider turning Punk into a face because he gets the good crowd reaction and it works perfectly for a face. And yeah, they really need to consider that because him as a heel, it's just not working. He can be good as a heel, but he has to work too much to get heel heat, but he doesn't even get it that much. He always gets the CM Punk chance, and it's not working for him if he's a heel. Not saying that fans can't respect it as somebody who's a heel. You get cheers here and there, but it's all the time with CM Punk. So I really think they need to consider making him into a babyface in the future. But the match itself, I really didn't enjoy it. It was a good match, but it could have been longer. Then we have Triple H versus Brock Lesnar, and this was a grueling no holds barred match. They was using the tables, chairs, sledgehammers. It was a pretty brutal match. I thought it was going to be more violent though. You might see a little blood here and there. Considering when Triple H returned on Raw and Brock Lesnar was busted wide open, I thought they were going to have more of a violent match. But still, it did its job. Shawn Michaels had to interfere a few times. And it took a lot for Triple H to actually beat him. He used the sledgehammer, he used low blows, and he even used the Brock's Kimura lock on him, which I thought was pretty cool too. And just showing how much of a beast Brock Lesnar is, to how much you have to do just to take him down. So I kind of think that it kind of make Brock still strong, the fact that Triple H had to do all that. But Triple H did win. He got the victory. And I've also with Triple H, I noticed with his entrance, he looked pretty pissed off. Apparently he went through some smoke. I don't know if it was white sand or something, but it got on him, and he was wiping it off, and he was just pissed off. It looked like he was just angry about it. I don't know what that was or how that happened, but other than that, the match itself was a good match. Could have been a little more violent, but still, overall, I thought it did a good job. I enjoyed the match, but I noticed that the crowd, wasn't really into it. But it's not the crowd's fault. It's just the fact that you had Undertaker versus CM Punk, and then you had this match, and then you had the main event. All three main events in a row. The crowd's gonna get exhausted. Sometimes you need those transition matches, like for the U.S. title or just another, match in between. And I think WWE didn't do a good job with that whatsoever. And then finally, the main event, John Cena versus Rock for the WWE title. This match itself, at first, it started off better than last year's match, but it kind of felt like it just dragged on at the end. Like the matches, with these, 1, 2, and the kickouts. It just felt like someone just needed to get the win already. And it just at the end, it just felt like just so dragged on that you just wanted somebody to win. And of course, John Cena won, and he's the WWE champion again for the 11th time. At the end they showed respect, shaking each other's hands and raising each other's hand outside the ring, with the fireworks and whatnot. I was really expecting something different, maybe possible heel turn for Cena or something like that. But still, I respect, The Rock, he did a better job as wrestling, he looked like he was in better shape, he didn't look tired. Not as tired as he did the last few pay-per-views he was in. So good job for The Rock. And John Cena, finally got redemption, even though it wasn't much of redemption to begin with. Because I mean, come on, he lost a few pay-per-view matches and that's it. I mean, he won some other pay-per-view matches and also he won matches on Raw. So I don't really see the redemption there and being a 10-time WWE champion, but still. He got redemption apparently, so yeah, The Rock lost and John Cena won, and he's the new WWE champion. Hopefully they do something different. Maybe he'll feud with Ryback for the WWE title, like I said earlier. And yeah, overall this pay-per-view, WrestleMania 29, I did like most of these matches. Match-wise, it was good. I don't really have much complaints about it, except for the fact that they should have had more transition matches, like Antonio Cesaro, who's been United States champion since SummerSlam. Like a little over 7 months now he's been champion, yet he didn't have a match at WrestleMania. And Caitlyn didn't have a match for the Divas title. They needed those matches just to fill in between these main event matches, so that the crowd could you can relax and get your energy up for the next main event match. But they didn't have that, which I really didn't think was a good booking by WWE. But overall, if I had to rank this pay-per-view, honestly I'd give it an 8 out of 10, to be honest with you. Match-wise, the matches were very good to me. I mean, a little botchy in some areas, but overall, I mean, I liked it. So yeah, let me know your thoughts below. What do you thought about WrestleMania 29? What you liked about it? What you disliked about it? Should have been more matches in between these pay-per-views, or what surprised you in the pay-per-view? And I know a lot of people are gonna bash on Cena because he won the WWE title, but come on, people. We all knew it was gonna happen. He was gonna lose a third time at WrestleMania in the main event. It's just not possible for John Cena. So thank you for watching this video. Leave your thoughts down below. Comment, give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and subscribe for more videos. And I'll see you guys later. Peace. Thanks for watching.